Hello, this is Howard the Teaserking. Take 3. I have an internet problem and it breaks up the recording, and then when I try to save it, it doesn't save it. So I'll try this one more time tonight. Anyway, this is week 5 of the NFL season. Can't believe it's week 5 already. I love it. Feel right at home with it. I had Green Bay today because Christian Ponder was the quarterback of Minnesota. So that's what I looked for is, you know, attack weakness. Christian Ponder's weak. So I like Green Bay laying the 2.5, whatever spread you got it at. And it's an easy win. They're up, I don't know, 35, 40 points. They're up, give me the score. Well, eventually they'll give me the score. But anyway, they're way up, and Minnesota just scored. Sorry, I don't know. I can't get a score in the game. But that's what I look for is attack weakness. Let's go to a game here. Tennessee's laying 2 to Cleveland. That's attack weakness there. Tennessee's weak. Don't like their quarterback, Locker, or whoever their backup is. I think Locker's out. I like Cleveland and the points. Cleveland beat New Orleans and played Baltimore real close. I think they're a better team, and I think they're getting points. Anytime you get, now here's the advantage of the teaser. You got Tennessee laying 2. Cleveland's attractive, but the probability of winning with Cleveland in 8 goes up dramatically, and that's what you're really looking for. That's the point of the teaser, to take a 2 up to 8 with a live dog with a weak favorite against a weak favorite, and that's really what makes the difference. Now you got Cleveland in 8. It's a much stronger bet. So I like that. I think you got the better team getting points, and that's what I look for. I look for, and I go down on my sheet and I go, who's the weak favorites and who's the strong dogs, and that's what I'm looking for, is to go against the weak favorites and to bet on the strong dogs. Next game, Giants laying 4 to Atlanta. Who is the Giants, the stronger or weak favorite? I don't know. We're not sure what team it is. They beat Washington and they beat Houston. Maybe they're rolling now, but here's a pretty good Atlanta team. Again, Atlanta on the road isn't that strong. They got killed by Cincinnati, so puts a little doubt in how strong Atlanta is as a dog. I like the Giants here. The trend's a little bit of the Giants. You get the Giants +2. It doesn't help you that much, but it does keep you under that field goal. In other words, now the Giants can win can win it all, and you win where because you're going minus, like if you just bet at -4 and they win by 3, you lose. So here it cleans that off. The +2 really won't help you. I mean, the odds of them losing by 1 is so slim, but the odds on them winning is much better. So I like the Giants. Get 2 points. We'll see how strong they really are. I'm not crazy about it, but I like it. Detroit laying 7 over Buffalo. I like Detroit laying 1. You got to be careful in this one. The Buffalo defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz was the coach of the Lions the last 5 years. You will know the offense, but he'll know the whole team. So you got to be a little careful with that. With that said, though, Buffalo is very weak on the road as a dog. Kyle Orton starting over E.J. Manuel. Kyle Orton's okay, but this isn't Dallas, and he had a decent playoff game, but I don't see Kyle Orton as the answer there. And I don't see E.J. Manuel as the answer there, or Christian Ponder, or any of these guys. You know, when they're lousy in college, why do these teams think they're going to be good in the pros? I don't recall too many bad college players that all of a sudden get into the pros and go, oh, now I've figured it out. If you can't light it up in college, you're not going to light it up in the pros. So I like the Lions laying 1. I think they look good. Calvin Johnson, check his status. I think he's probably got a high ankle sprain or something. I don't know how effective he's going to be, but last week they proved that they throw it around enough that maybe this is a little bit okay. They can play without Calvin Johnson. They got Golden Tate and Bush, so you know, be careful. It's the Lions, but I like them laying 1 here. And I'll call this my Mary game. Mary's my friend who likes to watch the YouTubes, and I'll give a game for her. That's a very strong game. I like this a lot. Denver is laying 7.5 to Arizona. Who do you think I like? Real quick, anybody? I like Arizona plus 13.5. Arizona as a dog is on the road is 12-2 and 17-2 in their last 19 games in the teaser. So they're very, very high probability. They cover all the time. They have an excellent defense. Patrick Peterson and Honey Badger, the LSU backfield is just so dominant. Their defense is dominant, and this is what Peyton Manning hates. He'll get a heavy pass rush. He hates that. He'll just fall down, throw the ball away, throw interceptions. The secondary for Arizona is just as strong as Seattle's, and we know what Seattle can do to Denver. So I look for Arizona as a very live dog. The spread's way too high here. It should be 3. You're getting 13.5. No way Denver blows Arizona out. It's not going to happen. Arizona beat San Diego, and this is a very similar team, Denver and San Diego. And I honestly think San Diego's got a better defense. So I look for Arizona here to maybe not win, but keep it close. But it'll be very competitive. Probably a 3-point game. Manning maybe pulls it out at the end, but definitely Arizona is a very strong play here. I think that's about it. New Orleans, I don't know, laying 10. They barely beat Minnesota in a must-win game that we locked a couple weeks ago when they won 20-9. I would have expected a much bigger win over Minnesota, like Green Bay's doing right now to them. So I don't know what to think with Tampa. I don't know. It's a big number, 10. The trend in the series is Tampa Bay 16-2 is the dog. New Orleans is a very, very strong home favorite. But Tampa plays them twice a year. Tampa started to look a little better against Pittsburgh, so who knows? But New Orleans doesn't look that good. Now they got killed against Dallas, so you expect a good effort. But I expected a good effort in Week 3 when they were down. They were 0-2, and they had to win against Minnesota, and they barely, they won 29 with really putting it away with a late touchdown. I expected 35-3 in that game. Especially when the quarterback goes out. When Castle goes out and you have Bridgewater, I'm expecting 35-3, 35-6. So I'm a little surprised there. Anyway, so I don't know. That game, the trend's really Tampa Bay in 16, but be careful with that. New Orleans is very strong at home, but I don't know that they're the 50-point winners like they have been in the past. Something's wrong with New Orleans there. Anyway, I have a very strong lock going in it's a college pro lock. I have 3 other very strong pro plays, maybe 4. I had Green Bay tonight. So this should be a very strong week in college and in pro, and a huge lock in college that I'm playing with the lock in the pros. College is a very strong week I'm going to have in that. I like at least 10 games. I could play 15. If anybody wants, just email me, leave a message, and basically ask me, who do you like? Do you like, do you like Tampa Bay? Do you like Atlanta? Do you like Carolina? Do you like Baylor? Texas? Who do you like? Oklahoma? And I'll give you. I can answer any game. It's just different levels of confidence is why I pick one over the other. And when I have a real strong confidence is when I lock it. And that's what happens. So last week my lock with Indy did win, but I had him with Wisconsin, which did lose. I was surprised there, but that's what happens. But the lock in the pro, Indy won, and that's what I try to do. But they had a real strong confidence. So New Orleans has to win, but I don't know. I mean, they're not putting up the points they should have been. And teams that get blown out tend to, they might have to win, but they're not capable of winning. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, go to the site, www.teaserking.com. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. And again, I recommend buying the week package. You'll get pro, college, and the lock for $200. Don't buy the lock and then buy the pro, or buy the lock and then buy the college. You'll get the lock included. So I would recommend buying the whole package because there's such strong games this week. Like I say, as the season progresses, I now see who's good, who's bad. Like the Giants are rolling around. Detroit looks better. Well, I didn't know that in the beginning. Nobody knew that. Now you can see and you go, wow, look at how strong they are. So you take advantage of that. Okay, have a nice weekend, everybody. Good luck, and hope you all make a lot of money.